When most people hear the word narcissist, they imagine someone loud, self-absorbed, and constantly seeking attention. But not all narcissists are obvious. A covert narcissist, also known as a vulnerable or shy narcissist, operates very differently. They appear quiet, sensitive, and even self-deprecating on the surface. But behind that mask lies deep manipulation and emotional control. Covert narcissists are dangerous because their behavior is difficult to detect. Unlike overt narcissists, they do not openly brag or dominate conversations. Instead, they subtly manipulate your emotions, making you question your own perception of reality. Identifying these patterns early is absolutely critical, not just for your peace of mind, but to protect your emotional and mental well-being in relationships, whether personal, romantic, or professional. One of the most common signs of a covert narcissist is their tendency to always play the victim. No matter the situation, they find a way to twist the story to make themselves appear as the one who was hurt, betrayed, or misunderstood. Even when they clearly caused the harm, they flip the narrative so effectively that you might start questioning your own role in the situation. This is not just occasional self-pity, it is a repeated pattern. Over time, this behavior creates guilt in others and allows the covert narcissist to avoid accountability while gaining sympathy. Their emotional manipulation is subtle but persistent, and it often leaves their victims feeling like they are the ones at fault. Covert narcissists often use backhanded compliments to undermine your self-esteem while appearing supportive. These compliments are disguised insults designed to leave you confused or insecure. For example, they might say something like, "You actually look really nice today, which is surprising," or "You are smarter than you look." At first glance, these remarks may seem harmless or even funny. But over time, the accumulation of such comments chips away at your confidence. They serve a dual purpose, allowing the narcissist to maintain superiority while avoiding direct confrontation. If you call them out on it, they will usually respond with, "I was just joking," or "You are too sensitive," shifting the blame back onto you. Instead of expressing anger or dissatisfaction directly, covert narcissists prefer passive-aggressive tactics. They might ignore you completely, show subtle disapproval through body language, or use sarcasm to express their resentment. One common behavior is ghosting, suddenly disappearing from communication without explanation, often after something does not go their way. These behaviors are meant to confuse and control. Because there is no direct confrontation, you are left guessing what went wrong, often blaming yourself. This indirect form of emotional punishment is especially damaging because it maintains the narcissist's illusion of innocence while still asserting power over your emotions. It is manipulation in its most disguised form, often presented as keeping the peace. Covert narcissists often appear fragile and overly sensitive, especially when it comes to any form of criticism. While they are more than willing to point out your flaws or mistakes, they cannot tolerate even the mildest feedback directed at themselves. A simple suggestion or harmless observation can quickly escalate into emotional outbursts, silent treatment, or even a full-blown victim act. This extreme sensitivity is not genuine vulnerability. It is a defense mechanism. They may respond with tears, dramatic displays of hurt, or statements meant to guilt-trip you, such as, "I guess I can never do anything right." These responses serve to shut down further conversation and make you feel like you were wrong for bringing up your concern. In doing so, they avoid accountability while gaining sympathy and control. At first, covert narcissists may seem deeply empathetic and emotionally in tune with others. They can speak the language of compassion fluently, offering support or concern in times of difficulty. However, upon closer observation, their empathy is shallow and often performative. It is not rooted in genuine care, but in self-image maintenance or manipulation. They might say the right things in public or during emotional conversations, but their actions rarely match their words. When you are truly in need, they may be absent, distracted, or even annoyed. Over time, you begin to realize that their kindness often comes with strings attached, and their support feels conditional. True empathy is consistent, selfless, and compassionate, traits that covert narcissists can imitate but not sustain. Covert narcissists do not always scream for attention, but their damage runs deep. Unlike the overt narcissist who is easy to spot, these individuals operate in the shadows, slowly wearing down your self-worth and emotional balance. If you have recognized these red flags in someone close to you, it is not your job to fix them. Protect your peace, trust your instincts, set firm boundaries, and remember, you are not imagining it and you are not overreacting. Identifying these behaviors is the first step toward reclaiming your power and emotional clarity. Stay aware, stay strong,